Gorilla Tag has a lot of ghosts, such as PBBV, Daisy09, and Silence. There's also some other ones like Statue, Spider, and J3VU. These ghosts, although they haunt Gorilla Tag, they can't really do that much stuff out of the game. This one can, because before it was actually a player. A real Gorilla Tag player. This is Tame. Just a normal Gorilla Tag player on his first day on getting the game. Wall running, branching, climbing. He was actually quite good for just starting the game. But then it all happened. He got kicked from a lobby. And all he saw was the leaderboard. All of the names. Not his. He was worried about this. So he decided to contact the Another Axiom website. He said to them, so I've just got kicked from the game. Do you think I would be able to get back into the game anytime soon? Another Axiom didn't respond for a couple of days, but when they did, they fixed his game and he was back into Gorilla Tag. Tame was still worried this was going to happen again, so he decided to turn on some settings, such as his FPS was too high. He didn't know. So he just decided to do a full-on reset so this didn't happen again. When he logged back into Gorilla Tag after doing the reset, he saw something in-game. A little green dot was following him. He didn't know why. He didn't even know how, but it was. He decided to contact Another Axiom again because he just thought his game was a bit bugged, all of that, but it wasn't. His game was haunted. Before he knew this, he just kept on playing Gorilla Tag as normal, seeing the green dot, but it got to a point where he couldn't even go inside a forest. A point where he couldn't even go into servers. A point where he knew his game was haunted. His next step was to not contact Another Axiom, but reach out to some fellow Gorilla Tag YouTubers, such as Downside VR and Upside VR. He knew these people did ghost hunts often, but wasn't really too sure if this was a ghost, or if his game was truly gone. He was very worried at this point, so didn't really like to be talking to anyone else except those two people. He logged on a different account to try and get into a code with those people, and this is some of the things that he saw in the code. After seeing all of this in the code, he was shocked. The green dot was there when he was on a different account. He knew that he should probably quit Gorilla Tag, but he loved the game. He loved playing Gorilla Tag. The thing is, he couldn't do anything to stop it. Another Axiom didn't have access to his account. It wasn't even on the database. He was just a guest, kind of. This wasn't good for Tame. But he just decided to quit and log off. Who knows for how long. But he did, so yeah. A year later, Tame logged back on to Gorilla Tag for the first time. His old cosmetics were there. Even his old code that he used to join with his friends was still typed into the computer. A year later, a lot of things had changed in Gorilla Tag, such as Virtual Stump, a new city revamp, new clouds revamp. A lot of maps have changed since he last played. He went to the store to check out some new cosmetics but couldn't get into a server, still after a whole year. But he's tried to buy a cosmetic anyway. He had 1,000 shiny rocks, which wasn't bad after not playing for a year. So he decided to buy one of the early access cosmetics, which was still in shop. He could decide from a top hat, sun hat, or Chef Hat. He didn't know which one to choose because it wouldn't really help him out in-game, since he couldn't really play in lobbies or do anything. But he decided to give it a go anyway. He bought the Chef Hat. Later that day, he logged back onto Gorilla Tag after getting off for a few hours to eat. And when he got back, he knew something was different. Everything looked different. Everything sounded different. He stepped outside of Stump, and he was in a lobby. After nearly 2 years, he was in a lobby. The green dot wasn't there. Nothing really mattered anymore. He just wanted to play Gorilla Tag. He learned some skills. He wall climbed. One time he even got out of tutorial. His game was fixed. Or so he thought. Day by day he would log on to Gorilla Tag and get into servers, which was really good for him. But he didn't know that the green dot that was in the sky was still lurking somewhere in the game. Every day, getting into servers was harder. It took about a second or two longer than the day before. He knew something was wrong, but he didn't think much of it, since he couldn't see the green dot. Everything looked normal, right? Everything wasn't normal. Weeks later, he logged back onto Gorilla Tag after taking a quick break, as he needed to catch up with some stuff. When he got back, the server that he was trying to get into took 1 whole minute to load. He knew this wasn't good. He knew that this might be the end of Gorilla Tag again. Ever since he logged off that day, no one has heard from him, because he quit Gorilla Tag forever.